Hello, Rick here, and you're watching the Cultural Index, which you probably already know as you clicked on the link, unless this came up in the autoplay, in which case you're watching the Cultural Index. Yeah, okay. Salarians, Mass Effect's fast-talking genius amphibians from the planet sur'kesh. They live, talk and think at an increased rate to the galactic standard, but also have shorter lifespans, around 40 years, due to their rapid metabolic process. Because of this, a typical Salarian is often fluent in several areas of study, as they are capable of cramming a lot of work into a short space of time. A Salarian mathlete may also be an expert painter. A geneticist could be an aficionado of musicals. Their species' ability of perfect recall allows them to not only memorise much information, but it also aids them in navigating their complex familial structure, which can often extend into the thousands, millions if you include their extended family. The homeworld of the Salarians is the very damp planet sur'kesh. Humidity, oceans and rainforests lead to a great diversity of wildlife and tenacious flora and fauna. The Salarian people have adapted their cities to coexist with the natural environments of sur'kesh. This equilibrium was achieved for the intellectual challenge it provided, just as much as any sense of morality. Most of the Salarian population is male as they hatch from eggs. Unfertilised eggs hatch a male and fertilised eggs a female. Because of this, the 10% that are female often hold great sway and political power throughout Salarian space. Speaking of political powers, the Silurian Union is the ruling body of the Salarians and part of the galactic community's governing power, the Council. The Union is dynastic and consists of duchies with titles like Baroness and Duke. Each area is governed by a Dalatrass, a female Salarian of great importance. The inhabitants of these areas usually consist of several clans of close familial ties. In fact, a Salarian family can be quite expansive. In the middle is you. For example, here, this is Salarian U. Around you is the immediate family, siblings, parents, cousins, uncles and aunts and so on. Outwards from this is the extended family, the second cousins and the more distant relatives. Then there are the relations of these relations, and then their relative beyond that. And again and so on. Now suppose these 10% are female and half of them choose to expand their family connections to other clans through mating contracts established at birth. Now we have an overlap of other families, more connections to add to the tree and more support for the original clan. Keeping track of the sometimes millions of family members is an impossible feat for a human, but for a Salarian's photographic mind, well, they never forget a face. So as mentioned, they are a member of the Galactic Council and in fact were the second species to settle the Citadel. And their influences can be seen throughout galactic culture. They routinely write the software code for many appliances and many Salarians sell out their services. Due to this approach, they seldom do business themselves but instead provide complex parts for larger firms. Saronis Applications is one of the few Salarian-owned retail arms. Due to their ability to continuously push what is technologically capable, it's likely that the Salarian people are the ones that helped develop the Omnitool system that's in use today throughout the entire Citadel space. Of course, the device probably has its base in Prothean designs. Their innovation is born from an intense curiosity. A typical Salarian considers knowledge its own reward, and delving into mysteries is a common occurrence for both personal and practical reasons. If you hold secrets from a Salarian, it's likely they will attempt to uncover them, not just because of the curiosity, but for the intellectual challenge it can bring. Among their own people, the Salarian quest for knowledge is expected and commonplace, but subconscious social cues indicate to an inquisitive Salarian they may be pushing their luck on potentially dangerous matters, such as state secrets or classified research. Other species often lack these social cues, and this can lead Salarians in over their head around the other races. Though when not getting carried away by their curiosity, they do make quite astounding and acute diplomats. Their military operates on a volunteer force that focuses on tactical encounters with a strike-first mentality. They rely a great deal on their intelligence network to prepare for a situation and customise a response. In this way, conflict is resolved quickly with minimal mess. That is, if open conflict is reached at all. Sometimes all it takes to avoid a war is for the right person to disappear, or an appropriate file to be delivered. The Salarian naming convention is as extended as their family trees, with the full name being the planet of origin, followed by their birth nation, city, and district of the city, then their clan name, and finally their given name. Unsurprisingly, for brevity, often the first lot are ignored. The Salarian people do not follow any particular religion, although their history alludes to several factions and beliefs that once held sway, including ideas of reincarnation and messianic figures. However, in current Salarian culture, these have reduced themselves into smaller cults. The majority of Salarians hold true to the belief that everything can be explained through science. However, they do still celebrate certain days and festivals. Bitao is the holiday on the first day of the new year and celebrated with an exchange of favours, as opposed to gifts. The Salarian economy is quite small, but still exceeds the Human Systems Alliance, and focuses on pushing technological innovation. As such, they produce some of the most advanced systems among the Council races, but they can be costly to produce and maintain. Ask a Salarian to fix your toaster and you're probably going to get back an ion-powered bread carbonizer that uses micro Mass Effect fields to rotate the bread for a perfect, consistent crisp. I may have written this while I was hungry. But when it comes to the arts of Salarian culture, well, they paint, sculpt, engage in architectural and fashion design, and they perform. But due to the very nature to seek out information and new intellectual challenges, they've got no real distinct style for themselves, more of a tapestry of various art styles from across a myriad of races that are blended together by artisans seeking to learn new crafts. One would have to look back to ancient pre-Council Salarian history to view a less diversified approach to their culture. But although they catalogue their history, it's not in the Salarian nature to look back. Their once nation-spanning faiths have shriveled down to a few cults, their own distinct styles blended with that of the other races, and they're always pushing forwards in technology. At their heart, the quick-witted, short-lived Salarians live to pursue advancement, and they will continue to do so, often benefiting the other races along the way. Thanks for watching this investigation into Salarian culture. As usual, the next index will look into one of two races. This being the Zygons from Doctor Who, or another Mass Effect themed one with the Vorcha. Bit of a baddies month, I guess. You can cast your vote by liking the appropriate comment below, and until the next video, I've been Rick, this is Certifiably Ingame. Thanks for watching, and goodbye. Also, don't forget to visit Morland's famous shop, he has many good supplies, yes?